Hello, welcome all of you. Today we are going to see about the memory organization. So first we will see what is memory hierarchy. Memory is used for storing programs and data that are required to perform a specific task. For CPU to operate at its maximum speed, it required an uninterrupted and high speed access to these memories that contain programs and data. Some of the criteria need to be taken into consideration while deciding which memories to be used, that are cost, speed, memory access time, data transfer rate, and reliability. Now we will see how memory is attached to the CPU. As you see in the diagram, a computer system contains various types of memories like auxiliary memory, cache memory, and main memory. The auxiliary memory is at the bottom and it is not connected with the CPU directly. However, being slow, it is present in large volume in the system due to its low pricing. This memory is basically used for storing the programs that are not needed in the main memory. This helps in filling the main memory which can be utilized by other programs that needs main memory. The main function of this memory is to provide parallel searching that can be used for performing a search on an entire world. The main memory is at the second level of the hierarchy. Due to its direct connection with the CPU, it is also known as a central memory. The main memory holds the data and the programs that are needed by the CPU. The main memory mainly consists of RAM, which is available in static and dynamic mode. And now we will see about the cache memory. Cache memory is at the top level of the memory hierarchy. This is high speed memory used to increase the speed of processing by making current programs and data available to the CPU at a rapid rate. Cache memory is usually placed between the CPU and main memory. Main memory. It is a central storage unit in a computer system. It is a large memory made up of integrated chips. There are two types of main memory, RAM and ROM, that is random access memory and read only memory. Random access memory. It is the best known form of a computer memory. RAM is considered random access because you can access any memory cell directly if you know the row and column that intersect at that cell. There are two types of RAM, static RAM and dynamic RAM. Now, what is static RAM? A bit of data is stored using the state of a flip flop. It retains the value indefinitely as long as it is kept powered. It is mostly uses to create cache memory of the CPU and it is faster and more expensive than DRAM. Now we will see about DRAM. Each in DRAM, each cell stores bit with a capacitor and transistor. It has large storage capacity. It needs to be refreshed frequently. It is used to create the main memory and it is slower and cheaper than SRAM. Now about ROM. ROM is used for storing programs that are permanently resident in the computer and for tables of constants that do not change in value once the production of the computer is completed. The ROM portion of main memory is needed for storing an initial program called Bootstrap Loader, which is to start the computer software operating when power is turned on. There are five basic ROM types, that are read only memory, programmable read only memory, erasable programmable read only memory, electrically erasable programmable read only memory, and flash double EEPROM memory. Now we will see about cache memory. If the active portions of the program and data are placed in a fast small memory, the average memory access time can be reduced, thus reducing the total execution time of the program. Such a fast small memory is referred to as a cache memory. The cache is the fastest component in the memory hierarchy and approaches the speed of CPU component. When CPU needs to access memory, the cache is examined. If the word is found in the cache, it is read from the fast memory. If the word addressed by the CPU is not found in the cache, the main memory is accessed read to read the word. When the CPU refers to memory and finds the word in cache, it is said to produce a hit. Otherwise, it is a miss. Therefore, the performance of cache memory is frequently measured in terms of quantity called hit ratio. As you can see, there is a formula about the hit ratio, that is, it is the ratio of hit to the hit plus miss. The basic characteristics of cache memory is its fast access time. Therefore, very little or no time must be wasted when searching the words in the cache. The transformation of data from main memory to the cache memory is referred to as a mapping process. Therefore, there are three types of mapping: associative mapping, direct mapping, and set associative mapping. To help understand the mapping procedure, we have the following example. Now let us see associative mapping. The fastest and most flexible cache organization uses an associative memory. The associative memory stores both the address and data of the memory word. This permits any location in cache to store ant word from main memory. The address value of 15 bits is shown as a 5-digit octal number and its corresponding 12-bit word as is shown as a 4-digit octal number. As you can see in the diagram, a CPU address of 15 bits is placed in the argument register and the associative memory search for a matching address. If the address is found, the corresponding 12 bits data is read and sent to the CPU. If not, the main memory is accessed for the word. If the cache is full, an address data pair must be displaced to make room for a pair that is needed and not presently in the cache. Now we will see about direct mapping. Associative memory is expensive compared to the RAM. In general case, there are 2 raised to k words in cache memory and 2 raised to n words in main memory. In our case, in this example, k is equals to 9 and n is equals to 15. The n-bit memory address is divided into two fields, k bits for the index and n k bits for the tag field, as you can see in the diagram. So, the disadvantage of direct mapping is that two words with the same index in their address but with different tag values cannot reside in cache memory at the same time. So, set associative mapping is an improvement over the direct mapping in that each word of cache can store two or more words of memory under the same index address. Each index address refers to two data words and their associated tags. Each tag requires 6 bits and each data word has 12 bits. So the word length is 2 multiplied by 6 plus 12 is equals to 36 bits. Hope you all understand about the memory organization. Thank you.